know what? I should just get 250 days in the county jail. Is that what you think is a just sentence in this matter?
Courtroom tragedy, heartbreak, and accountability. You are no longer mom. A child's words pierce the courtroom. From a mother's devastating loss to a deadly plot unraveled, these true crime stories expose the raw pain of justice. This documentary dives into 4 gripping cases: Julie Harper's murder conviction in California, De'Toan Robinson's fatal hit-and-run in Wisconsin, Leon Jacobs' murder-for-hire scheme in Texas, and Melissa Simons's redemption after a deadly drug deal in Michigan. From children disowning their mother to a desperate addict's second chance, these cases reveal the human toll of crime and the courtroom's search for justice. Join us as we ask, can remorse heal wounds, or do some acts demand the harshest penalties?
And I'm still recovering from everything he did to me all those years. It seems so inconvenient.
We begin in Carlsbad, California, on February 10th, 2016, where Julie Harper, 42, faced sentencing for the second-degree murder of her husband, Jason Harper, 39, a high school math teacher, California, Penal Code Section 187. On August 7, 2012, during an argument while their 3 children watched TV downstairs, she shot him in the side with a pistol, hid his body, disposed of the gun, and took their children to her father's house 30 miles away. She turned herself in that evening. Harper claimed self-defense, alleging a decade of abuse, but investigators found no evidence to support this. Days before the shooting, she filed for divorce and withdrew $25,000 from their bank account, raising suspicions of premeditation. After a swift trial, the jury convicted her of second-degree murder. At sentencing before Judge Blaine Bowman, Jason's family delivered heart-wrenching victim impact statements. The prosecutor read their 12-year-old son's letter. Julie Harper caused pain and misery. She murdered with no sense of consequences, leaving us parentless. She's trying to weasel out of punishment. Their 10-year-old daughter's statement was even more devastating. I blame Julie Harper for my father's death. She was selfish, not caring about anyone but herself. You are no longer mom. You are Julie. I'll never call you mom again. You made us orphans. Harper, unmoved, insisted. My husband was a different man behind closed doors. I'm still recovering from what he did to me. Facing 40 years to life is inconceivable when he terrorized me. Judge Bowman countered, but your husband got a death sentence. This was no accident, and you're a danger to society. Harper was sentenced to 40 years to life, with an additional year for using a firearm, California. Penal Code Section 12022.5. Now 51, she serves at the California Institution for Women, eligible for parole in 2034, per the San Diego Union Tribune. The Harper children live with Jason's parents, their words echoing the irreversible loss. Next, we head to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on April 25, 2021, for the sentencing of De'Toan Robinson, 21, who pleaded guilty to 2 counts of hit-and-run causing death and 1 count of hit-and-run causing serious bodily harm, Wisconsin. Stat Section 346.67. On October 24, 2019, Robinson, driving without a valid license, veered around a car stopped at a green light to let 3 children cross. Speeding through a bike lane, he struck 6-year-old Lisa G., her 4-year-old sister Amia G., and their 10-year-old cousin. Lisa died that night, Amia days later, and their cousin survived with serious injuries. Robinson fled, leaving a duct-taped bumper that linked him to a prior fender bender, aiding his arrest. Facing 20 years, his attorney argued leniency, claiming the children crossed against a "Don't Walk" sign. Judge Janet Protasiewicz rejected this. Mr. Robinson had no right to be driving without a license. Prosecutor Joy Hammond demanded the maximum. Others ran to help, but the person responsible left the scene. Justice requires 20 years. The victim's mother delivered a gut-wrenching statement. My 5-year-old still wonders when they'll wake up. He asks why they got run over. I said, son, I don't know. Robinson apologized. "I'm very sorry. It was dumb to leave. I'll own up as a man. I'll be sorry every day of my life," Judge Protasiewicz, referencing crash footage, said. "Those children go flying like they're weightless. You left to save your own skin. Probation isn't appropriate." Robinson was sentenced to 20 years for the deaths, with a concurrent 3-year term for the cousin's injuries, Wismaros. Stats section 346.74. Now 25, he serves at Dodge Correctional Institution, eligible for parole in 2039, per Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. The case underscores Wisconsin's rising hit-and-run fatalities, up 18% from 2015 to 2020. Wisconsin DOT data. Leon Jacob, the murder-for-hire plot. "You'll be in prison for life because of me." An ex-girlfriend's defiance seals a schemer's fate. How did a doctor's plot unravel? We moved to Houston, Texas on March 27, 2018, where Leon Jacob, 40, was convicted of solicitation of capital murder, Texas Penal Code Section 15.03. In 2017, Jacob and his girlfriend, Valerie McDaniel, 48, conspired to kill McDaniel's ex-husband, Mac McDaniel, over a custody battle, and Jacob's ex-girlfriend, Megan Vericosa, 33, who had accused him of domestic violence and stalking. They hired a supposed hitman for $20,000, unaware he was working with Houston PD, recording Jacob's chilling words, "We're taking care of both problems." Police arrested both, but McDaniel took her life by jumping from her 7th-story window. Jacob pleaded not guilty. At trial, the undercover officer testified, he wanted her to disappear, like dead. Jacob claimed, "I never asked anybody to be hurt, killed, or kidnapped." Prosecutor Samantha Knecht used his words against him. "You said, snatch her, put her in a room."
Let me know if my voice drops to the point that you don't hear what I have.
"And inject her with potassium chloride, stop her heart, untraceable. My survival is more important." At sentencing before Judge Jim Wallace, Megan delivered a powerful statement. "You manipulated me to leave my life in Pittsburgh. You called me poor and uneducated. I always knew you'd try to hurt me. You destroyed me financially, but you can't anymore." The case highlights Texas's 10% rise in domestic violence-related crimes from 2015 to 2020, Texas DPS data. Melissa Simons.
"You know what? I should just get 250 days in the county jail. Is that what you think is a just sentence in this matter?"
Where Melissa Simons, 36, pleaded guilty to delivering less than 50 grams of a controlled substance. Michigan. Commerce Laws, Section 333.7401. In 2015, Simons, an addict, supplied heroin laced with fentanyl to her friend, Christopher Reisner, 29, who overdosed and died. Reisner, a recovering addict and advocate, had relapsed. Facing 5 to 20 years, Simons, who served 253 days in county jail, appeared before Judge John McBain. Initially, McBain was harsh. "You think 250 days in county jail is just? You're going to prison."
"You know what? I should just get 250 days in the county jail. Is that what you think is a just sentence in this matter?"
She was sick, like Reisner. She overdosed herself after this. McBain, unmoved, sentenced her to 5 to 20 years. But 8 days later, on June 23, 2018, Kirkpatrick presented texts showing Reisner sought the drugs, proving both were users, not dealers. He requested 36 months and a 90-day SAI boot camp. McBain reconsidered. The texts show Reisner reached out for drugs, not in the pre-sentence report. "Boot camp's tough, but you'll come home after 90 days. Simons received 36 months, minus 261 jail days, plus boot camp. Now 43, she completed her sentence in 2020 and is in recovery, per MLive. Harper's disownment, Robinson's tragedy, Jacob's deadly plot, and Simons' redemption reveal the courtroom's weighty role in confronting loss and seeking justice. From heartbroken families to second chances, if you or someone needs help, call 988, Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or 1-800-799-7233, National Domestic Violence Hotline. Share your thoughts below, and stay tuned for more true crime stories that probe the heart of justice.